This was very fun. It was very cool to go because it was not just a tourist thing. We went with a conservation organization. All the money that people pay to go do the shark cage diving goes back to science and researching these sharks and telling people like me that great white sharks get eaten by killer whales, which I didn't know before.
I never even left the resort.
Special report up next. Hey, Brett.
Hey, Greg. Sharks are great. President Trump rejects the notion that he has ever worked for Russia and calls such insinuation a disgrace. A dangerous feud among American allies has the president threatening economic devastation on a key European partner. And what does former President Obama's comment about needing new blood in the Democratic Party mean for his old running mate, Joe Biden? This is Special Report. Good evening. Welcome to Washington. I'm Bret Baier. President Trump is being a lot more forceful tonight in his denial of suggestions he has actually been working for the Russians. His first crack at refuting that report was tepid over the weekend. Today, he has significantly turned up the volume on his pushback. He is also keeping the criticism of Democrats for their role and his role in the partial government shutdown front and center. We have Fox team coverage. Brit Hume on how the president keeps fighting back against the Russia probe and how that may be affecting his poll numbers. Catherine Herridge with the reaction to the allegations about the president's loyalties. But we start off with Chief White House correspondent John Roberts and a most unusual accusation against an American commander-in-chief. Good evening, John.
Brett, good evening to you. It really was an extraordinary pair of news reports, one accusing the president of trying to sell out his country to the Russians, the other accusing the president of trying to hide from his senior aides the contents of meetings with Vladimir Putin. As you can imagine, the president came out swinging hard against both. Leaving the White House for New Orleans today, President Trump slammed the report that the FBI was looking into whether he was working on behalf of Russia after he fired James Comey.
I never worked for Russia. I think it's a disgrace that you even asked that question because it's a whole big fat hoax.
According to the New York Times, the FBI leadership became so concerned about the president's behavior at the time that they began an inquiry into whether President Trump was engaged in un-American activities. On the South Lawn this morning, President Trump reminded who was leading the Russia investigation.
The people doing that investigation were people that have been caught that are known scoundrels. I guess you could say they're dirty cops.
President Trump also took aim at a Washington Post report that he went to extraordinary lengths to keep from senior aides the details of meetings he had with Russian President Vladimir Putin, even going so far